This skeleton is probably one of the rarest acquisitions we've had so far at the Bone Museum. This is an authentic child skeleton produced by the company Carolina Biological Supply in 1984. Now what's unique is in the last 10 years, this is only one of two that's ever come up for sale. For as long as I've been working with human osteology, I have never seen an authentic child skeleton come up for sale in the market. The only one that I've ever known in existence outside of a museum is one owned by Paul Booth, and his is missing a leg. So the Mutter Museum does have a skeleton like this on display, as well as the Medical and Military Museum in DC has one. There are full adult skeletons that were produced by this company, and they made thousands of preparations just like this, as well as fetal skeletons that were produced by osteological supply companies. But due to the sensitivity of pieces like this, child skeletons were almost never made. So finding one in flawless condition is almost impossible. This is an authentic Carolina Biological Supply catalog. And if you look at the costal cartilage between this and the child skeleton, they are identical. And if we look here, this is their segment on medical skeletons for sale. So if we look at the historical catalogs, they did in fact have child skeletons for sale, but we personally have never seen one in the private market. If we look here, this skeleton, 247160 child skeleton, is listed up here. Hang-up type, both upper and lower extremities removable with calvarium cut and a jaw spring-held, mounted, which means of polished timber and aluminum, stand bolted and a sturdy base with a clutch mounting includes human anatomy manual. You could buy this entire skeleton back in 1984 for $395. So it's not that this skeleton doesn't exist. We have the medical catalogs that prove that it was sold at one point, and these styles of skeletons were sold, but in the private market, which is how we usually come across these pieces, they never turn up, and this is the first one we've ever found. Now, it's an honor to have such an incredible piece of medical history here at the Bone Museum in Brooklyn, New York, but we also want to acknowledge the somber sensitivity of a piece like this due to the sensitive age of the individual. Legally speaking, for this skeleton to exist, the parents had to have donated the body to medical science, or else they would not have been able to do this. Carolina Biological Supply were known for their exceptional metalwork and detail to attention with stainless steel connective points. Here in the skeleton, you can see how intricately the entire child skeleton was put together. Here at the Bone Museum in Brooklyn, New York, we have an exhibit on pediatric development, so we'll have this skeleton on display next to all of the juvenile and neonatal skeletons here. But here you can really see how the skeleton comes together and fuses over different developmental stages. For example, the sacrum is not fused in this child skeleton because typically the sacrum fuses at 18 years old, as well as the epiphysis in the clavicles aren't fused because those fuse at 26. So you can tell the age of a skeleton based on at what points the bone fuses at in different developmental stages. So through here, this skeleton helps doctors and medical students better visualize how bones fuse and come together over the course of a person's life. It also provides a snapshot of the age of the individual based purely on the bones and how they came together. Here at the Bone Museum, it's our goal to make the study of osteology more accessible and to raise awareness on the medical bone trade, including some of the more challenging topics such as this one. If you want to see this piece on display here at the museum, make sure to come visit us at the Bone Museum in Brooklyn, New York.